Lamb's close. Lamb's close to coming back. Footage of him on the field working out with bands. No noticeable tape on his ankle. And there's talk as though it's probably not going to happen this week, but that kind of talk makes us very hopeful for week number 7. Now, we've seen this thing go this way, and then the next week the player's out again. The next week the player... It's happened before, all different directions in terms of, the way this looks like it's going and the way it could go. But it does feel like there's still opportunity for him to play this week. It's probably going to get shut down. It's probably going to get, overlooked, and they're just going to say it's safer just to wait another week. That's probably the way it's going to go. Understand that. But the fact that we're even having the conversation means that week 7 is in play. And this is what we've been waiting for. Lamb to come back, save a bunch of teams. We've got a lot of Lamb shares amongst the Fantasy Football Show community. We get lambed here.
Get lambed.
And end of the day, Buka, Lamb, these are 2 big show players, and we're excited for this one. We're going to also draft tonight. We're also going to take super chats and phone calls and all that. So file on in the Fantasy Football Show Graveyard edition, ladies and gentlemen. The Graveyard Shift, it begins right now.
You're watching a
Graveyard Stream.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks. Get lambed.
Lamb, baby. Lamb is ready to maybe rumble. And so this footage right here, or the screenshot of the footage, is of Lamb Chops out there wearing no noticeable tape. He's smiling. He's using bands. He's rehabbing. He's not like fully practicing, but there is talk as though he could be soon 88. There's talk as though he could be playing this week. It's probably getting shut down. Again, I can't emphasize enough. He's probably not playing this week. But the fact that we're having these conversations is quite crazy. Because this is going to be like I predicted from the beginning of this, a lesser, sentence on the pine than originally thought. And so Lamb coming back is going to help bring people to the promised land. Lamb Chops, we salute you. I smell meatloaf.
Get lambed.
So, if you didn't watch this video, go watch that video. It's the 8 p.m. show. Wide receiver 1 overall in Dynasty. Is he number 2? Is he number 3? We broke it down on the 8 p.m. show, the most recent show before this one. Go check it out. Drop them lamb emojis. I need to get the Ibuka emoji up. I'm sorry it's taken so long to do that. So, good news, great news. We'll find out more on this week. Again, temper expectations. Most likely will not understand what I'm saying. He most likely will not play this week, but it's crazy they're talking about like as if it's, being thought of. It's being talked about potentially. They're kicking the tires on the thing. And, better if they do keep him out 1 week, probably. Meaning that, our selfish little souls want him out there this week. But like maybe he plays like a point or 2 less every week from here on out if he doesn't fully heal it. You know what I mean? So you sit 1 week and then he's 100% by the second game that he's back. Maybe first game he's a little bit sluggish, but getting, his wind, everything, because he's not fully going out there and staying in the best of shape he can. But he's on the bike, he's jogging, he's doing things for the bands. But he'll be a little rusty, a little cracking will happen. He's rolled his ankle before. He said this wasn't a really big deal at all when it first happened, but they've been very cautious with him. It's up to the doctors. Keep in mind, JD5 said he felt great, and then the doctor sat him 1 more week. Remember that the week before? So anything is possible. Do not sit here and expect Lamb to not miss 2 more games, but he might not even miss 1 more game, but probably misses week number 6 and comes back for week 7. That's the the going projection. We'll answer some of these supers, and then we'll get straight into potentially some drafting too. Never thought I'd ask, but Rice for Javonte. Look, it's really close. You can't sit here and balk at that. You know, if you need a running back, it makes total sense. If you need a wide receiver, I'd rather have Rice in a vacuum. I'd draft Rice over Javonte if drafting today moving forward without accumulating any points from the past. But I think you could easily, 1 week from now, if Javonte goes out there and has yet another crazy, explosive, game, that there definitely is a world where we start drafting them side by side. But remember, Rice is, in my opinion, walking into a very, very easy situation where target saturation won't be a problem. Worthy's on the field, which is good because you can't just completely focus on Rice. Rice gets moved over all around the field, plays in the slot, cuts across the middle of the field. You can't really double team him. He's going to get a ton of short yardage stuff that you can't even contend, right? You maybe try and double team this guy downfield, but he's going to get so much of that short yardage, become the run game of the KC Chiefs. I just think Rice is in for a top 5 to 7 wide receiver, maybe top 4 to 7 wide receiver season, if I had to guess. So loving this here. Got offered Hunter Henry for my Charbonnet. I think that's even too. I'm fine with either side of that, depending on how you're feeling. You need to go in that direction. You need to go in that direction. That's fine. I personally, in a vacuum, would lean towards Charbonnet because he's got the top 5 potential running back upside if he gets in there, and he's even flex worthy right now. So I would lean toward Charbonnet. Start 2, Devontae Smith, Hendy, Michael Carter, or Chuba. Chuba is probably not playing, so you've got Hendy and probably Carter as Smith and Carter, your safe plays. Hendy, Carter are your higher risk but maybe higher reward plays, but there is a lot of risk on that side of the fence because of Hendy. But there's risk not playing him, there's risk playing him. The risk in playing Hendy is about the same as the risk in not playing Hendy. It's kind of wild. ETN and AJB pick 2. White, ETN, AJB. Probably White and ETN for safety, but AJB over White for high risk, high reward. Pick 2. And then tight end, Barner, Theo, or Fannin. Probably Fannin for me. Theo is pretty safe, though. I like Theo, but I'm going to go Fannin. But Theo for safety if you don't like taking a little bit of a risk. Fannin's a little bit of a risk, but he caught a touchdown last week. So did Njoku, but I really like Fannin. 12-team, PPR, 3-2. Just traded Diggs for Rashee Rice. I'd take Rice 10,000 times out of 10,000. So not to act like Diggs isn't on the come up. He is. I mean, Diggs looks fantastic, but Rice is my boy. Rice is top 4 to 6, top 4 to 7. Yeah, buddies. Guys that could potentially be traded. I mean, we're hearing it every hour on the hour, but remember, a lot of these people are speculating and trying to make news. I'm hearing from someone, so no one's telling you crap. A little tiny Twitter page that has no connections and you pretend you're a newswire. No one's telling you nothing. This is all people just taking stabs at guys that are likely to get traded, but no one's saying they won't. They're just likely. It's easy to be like, I'm hearing that Alvin Kamara is going to be traded in the next 17 weeks. And I'm going to be here to tell everybody I told you so. No one's telling you nothing. No one's telling you nothing. It's coming from Schefter, Rappaport, like all the big dogs. Like those people are hearing stuff maybe. But no little Steeler Instagram page or the Pat's IG Central Hub on IG whatever or Twitter. He knows nothing. They know nothing. Little tiny podcast ain't hearing nothing. We're not hearing nothing. You think a little tiny Twitter page is hearing something? I don't think so. But all these guys are potentially on the move. You got Hall, you got Walker, you got Kamara. It's more players than this, but these are all players getting talked about. Some even think Sharps could be on the move. These are all players that could be on the move. More than this. DJ Moore could, who knows? But Kamara does feel like a guy that will be shipped really soon. I'd say it feels like something that could happen this week. It could. And he kind of all of a sudden wasn't at practice today. And it was like, oh, he's banged up or he's nursing an injury. Is he, or are they trying to shop him and keep him healthy and put him in a bubble and say, well, keep him as healthy as we can because we're sending him off. We need him to pass a physical. Is he getting traded in the next 48 hours? It will be a projection. It's not anything that anybody has anything to go on. So just keep in mind that we're hearing a bunch of that, but none of it has any legs, you know. It's just a bunch of speculation at this point, but it's fun speculation. Should I trade James Cook for St. Brown? I would take St. Brown personally, but you're not wrong to want either side. I got that trade done. I got Genty and a 26th third and gave away Hall, T. Higgins, and a 26th first and a fourth. I'll be honest, I don't remember this one, but I would take Genty. It's a lot to give, but I would take Genty. I think Genty is worth it. Genty is going to be a monster. Fields and JSN, good job. Fields, JSN, Jetta, Saquon, Chase Brown, DK, Keenan Allen. Is that Keenan Allen? Hendy, Laporta, and bench is weak. 10-man, 4-1. What's the next move? Kendra Miller, Hollywood, Mooney on the bench. Next move for me with this team would be, is this a redraft? I think it's a redraft. It's a redraft you got to keep. Trade Saquon if it's in Dynasty, but good luck trading him. This is a good team. I'd probably try and couple maybe a Chase Brown and DK or a Chase Brown and Keenan for like an H-Han, a Kyron, a James Cook, someone like that. James Cook is people are fickle, bro. One bad game, people try and run away. Oh, it's coming to an end. And then they want to trade him. Like, that's the kind of move I make. Other than that, I'd probably say you wait for Hendy, you wait for DK to pop off, you wait for Chase Brown to accelerate, you wait for Saquon to return to form. I don't think I want to trade those other players, and you don't really have a lot to move until those things happen. So you're more of a hold than anything until next week when you have more opportunities. Thank you for the blank $5 hauler, my boy. Appreciate you. Make sure your messages are inside the super chats because I'm rolling through super chats and I'm not going to see any other external messages necessarily. 12-man PPR, Herbert, Dak, London, Wilson, Rice, Hunter. Okay, I'm 2 and 3. Trade Bucky, Swift, Benson, and Kraft for Waddle and Judkins. Bucky, Swift, Benson, and Kraft for Waddle and Judkins. I take Waddle and Judkins and I run. Reason being is that Bucky and Judkins are close enough when Bucky returns. I'd rather have Bucky if he's healthy, but he might not be healthy for a week or two, even when he's back. And so this is a pretty easy trade, to be honest. I mean, kind of a smash, really. Very, very simple trade to pull off. This one is a Dynasty Superflex win now, but need some help. Would you do Burrow, Hall, and a late first for Knicks Marvin Jacobs? Probably not. I don't think so. Unless I could win a bunch of cash money, then I guess I'd go for it. But I don't know what Jacobs' long-term value will look like after this year. We like Marv, but we're still worried about Marv. And Burrow, even though he's frustrating, he's still so good when he's out there. And Hall, Hall's still young enough, and he's playing for money. So I'm going to say no in general, unless you can win a bunch of cash money. Hey, Smitty, Team Superflex, PPR, Mahomes, Genty, Judkins, Sharps, Hendy, Harvey, Smith, Buka, Nico, AJB, JMO, Pitts. 2 and 3. Should I trade AJB for Rice? I know ADHD, you've been here for a while. So what on earth, like, I'm asking seriously, what would make you even think this is a question I would contemplate? You've been here for so long. You hear me every night tell you, get rid of A.J. Brown. That situation is trash. Hurts can't throw more than 100 yards a game. And you hear me talk about Rice. Go get Rice. Rice is a top 4, supernova, all that. I'm just asking, like, is this more of a, you just want to hear it out loud? Like, ADHD going to the moon.
Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
Is that more what it is? Because the only reason I ask is I know you're listening to me. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Of course. You get Rice for AJB. We quit our jobs. We come work for you.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Come on, ADH. Chase Brown, Genty, JCM. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, 80. Chase Brown, Genty, and JCM start too. Genty and JCM for right now. JCM, I think, has earned it. Got to offer Baker and Rice for Allen and a Dunze. You take Allen and a Dunze, probably. Dunze's bye week free, and I mean, that's a great side of that trade. Someone dropped DJ Moore. How much fab? How could I know how much fab? I mean, you've been here too, Mahmoud. You know that there's no way for me to give you a number. 17%. People that tell you that run away from their advice. Anybody that tells you a percentage of something they know nothing about, your league could drop 100% every time a guy's on waivers. Or they're conservative. They don't do anything. You know? So, I would just say that I think it's important to get him. But it's like one of those things where whatever the wide receiver going rate is right now that you see consistently, up it by a couple bucks just to make sure you're ahead of that average. But it's average. He's not necessarily a league winner. There's no way Fields gets benched, right? Not true. Not true. If they're 0-8, they're 1 win in eight games. The way that this coach has talked about his job not necessarily being there, and then later he corrected it. Injury, really, when he comes back, his job, and they're like not commenting. I wouldn't say that. I wonder if Fields is tradable. Trade him to the Raiders and do it now. Hurts, May, CMC, JT, ETN. What would make this team elite? Trading AJB away? Like ADHD knows my stances. Trade AJB away, and maybe you trade... you could trade ETN and AJB for I'm not saying you get Gibbs, but maybe you get the running back right below. Maybe you can get JT. Maybe you can get Cook and something. Maybe you can reach pretty high. Shoot for the stars, my boy. You can ETN and AJB for JJ. That would make the team elite. That would be a difference maker for you. That would be something that would really stand you apart from the other peeps, my boy. Do it live. 12 team, 2 wide receiver. May Igbuka JSN, running back upgrade. Igbuka JSN, London, Nico. If you can start all 4, you're good. You're good there. Bill and Dowdle right now you might just let the wide receivers roll. I don't know. I'd almost say you're 5-0. I'd almost say take this. If you could start all 4 wide receivers, you're almost just rolling with this Bill and Dowdle situation for 1 more week, then maybe make a trade. Maybe a couple more buy lows enter the picture, Thomas. I just think if you go diluting, then what? Well, then you got to sit one of those guys that's really doing work right now. You could trade Dowdle right now with one of the wide receivers, potentially an upgrade, but I think I'd probably just stand down this week and let it ride. Ride the Dowdle train just for a little bit. Unless you can trade Dowdle now. And again, going back to that question real quickly, Dowdle and... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm doing anything. Unless I could take, let's say, a JSN and turn it into like Garrett Wilson and then 2 for 2 upgrade Dowdle into a safer, longer-term option player. Maybe I do that. Lewis with a $20 super chat. Lewis, you monster.
Super chat alert.
Lewis doing it live. Also got Chase for Addison on Sunday. That's amazing. No bench depth. RJ is a running back too. Sit tight or make a move. I think with this team with Rice coming back, you maybe wait a week. But you could trade Diggs right now. Go get Hall. Go get a player that Diggs shouldn't really get you. And if you're wrong and Diggs continues, then it's even. So shop Diggs right now. Try and get an RB. Keep RJ, though. Don't throw him in because I really like RJ. Bijan's bye week free. I would say that's probably the only thing I'd consider right now. Just a straight up Diggs for like 1 running back. Monty comes to mind, but I don't know if I like him enough because Diggs is playing pretty good. Monty's interesting. Hall, JCM, Scat, ETN. People are scared of ETN. Who to target? Thank you, keeping it real, for becoming a loyal member, my boy. Who to target with Worthy? Kittle, Judkins. Sure. You're gonna have to give up something with Worthy to get Judkins. Worthy and Kittle straight up is interesting. I don't mind that. I do worry about Worthy getting hurt. Worthy, I feel like, is like shaky. 1 hit, the ankle's bothering him. He's kind of frail. It worries me a little bit. So like you could get rid of for Kittle, who's coming back up, maybe. Judkins, you'd have to give up more. Worthy for Scattaboo, as I mentioned, or Lad McConkey. I like Lad McConkey quite a bit. Sorry, I give her Sorry, I give her Chase Pickens, Igbuka, Carter. Okay, good thing I didn't got to your question yet, because I need everything self-contained in the question. Even if you're asking or clarifying, just re-ask it. But thank goodness I have it here. You're a giver. You're a giver is what you said, right? Francisco said he's a giver. I give Chase Pickens, Igbuka, Carter. Okay. So, got an offer. Lamb, Bucky, Golden, Sutton for Chase Pickens, Carter. My team is Allen, JT, Hampton, Sharbs. Okay. Well, I don't really, to be honest with you, I'm not saying I don't factor in teams. I do, but sometimes if a trade's good or bad, I'm not going to tell someone to do a bad trade or a trade I don't like because their team needs it or something. So it's good you gave your team, but I'm just going to give you my advice off this trade. Lamb, Bucky, Golden, Sutton. First of all, you list Pickens twice, so I don't know if you missed something there too. So Pickens and Pickens, I don't know who the second Pickens is supposed to be. Is that what you clarified here? Here's Pickens and Buka. Okay. Thank God you clarified that. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to piecemeal your super chats together. So Buka. So Jamar Chase, Igbuka, Pickens, Lamb, Bucky, Golden, Sutton. I'd probably say the Buka side, because you're still without Lamb now, and you're without Bucky for 2 more weeks. I don't know. 5-0 though. I guess that's a factor, guys. What are we doing here? If we're 5-0 and we don't care about 2 weeks, maybe he's 5-2. Maybe he loses 2 straight weeks waiting for Bucky. Do we want Bucky and Lamb and Golden and Sutton, or do we want Chase, Pickens, Buka, Carter? Give me Lamb. 5-0. I'll wait on Bucky. I love Buka. Jamar Chase still worries me enough. I don't think things are just getting solved entirely. Things got better, but how much better? Give me the Lamb. Does everybody agree the Lamb? Lamb? Vote on that one. That's hard because Buka's involved. It's Pickens. I don't know. Pickens and Buka. I don't know. 5-0 got offered. Lamb. Oh, this is the same one. Bucky, Lamb, Bucky. Yeah, everyone's saying that, bro. I think we're on the Lamb side. Go Lamb chops, baby. Hurts, May, CMC, JT, ETN, Woody, Tootin, Jamar Chase, Adams, AJB, JMO, Ridley, 2 and 3. Trade AJB. Of course. I mean, I say it every day, all day. Trade AJB. What would make my team elite? Didn't I answer this one already? Yes, I did. Some of these get repeated on me. It makes me so frustrated. Olave for Chase Brown. Rumor is Olave may get traded. Of course, the rumor, the Instagram. He's definitely one of them, bro. He's one of the players. Olave's on there too, but you got to remember who's spitting this out. A bunch of people trying to get clicks. Olave, Sharps, Kamara, Walker, Hall. Don't fall too victim. I'm not saying one of them doesn't get traded. I even said I think Kamara, there's a chance he gets traded like this week. It feels like the way that this injury news is. But stop listening and making trades based on it. You know what I mean? People that make trades on this stuff is hilarious. Olave for Chase Brown. So let's just answer the question. Not on hypotheticals. What if Olave goes somewhere great? It's Chase Brown. Take Chase Brown and run. Grade the trade. Sent Achane, MHJ, and Worthy for Chase and Swift. I think I would rather have Achane, MHJ, and Worthy by quite a bit. I'd say 5 out of 10 score of the... well, no, I wouldn't even say that. I'd just say disapprove. Because I don't even want to say I graded anything good. I'm sorry, Brian. I just would never have traded Achane away. And MHJ and Worthy is... MHJ and Worthy, you could argue, is as good as Jamar Chase. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying you could argue that it's close. It's really close. So therefore, it's like the discrepancy between that is not worth Swift and Achane. I think you made a mistake here. Sorry, don't get mad at me. You asked for my honesty, right? So I'm going to give it to you. 3 and 2. Allen, Kyron, Hendy, White, Rico. Trade Wilson, Shakir, and Rico for London, ETN, or Rice and ETN. Damn, man. What do you guys like, Rice and ETN, or Wilson and ETN, or Wilson for London? Wilson for London. No. Okay, so let's get back to this one. It would be trade Wilson and Shakir, Garrett Wilson and Shakir for London and ETN. I think I'd take London and ETN. But do we want London and Rice? Woo, I don't know. I like Rice a lot. I almost like Rice more than London, but he's got a bye week coming up. London doesn't. It's tough. I guess give me the London ETN. Traded Worthy for Hendy. Waller already not practicing. No one practiced today, bro. Traded Worthy for Hendy. I like that. How did I do? You did great. You did great, pal. Is Chase Brown, Golden, and Spears for Rice, Tootin fair? Yeah, it's fair. I'd rather have Rice and Tootin by a bit. The other owner has Pollard also. Is Rice for Judkins okay? That's also fair. Yeah, 100%. Depends on your need, and I'm good with either side depending on that need. In a vacuum, I'd probably rather have Rice by a hair. I give Achane, Pittman, rest of my team. Okay, so you get CD, Scat. You give Achane, Pittman. Give me CD, Scat. Easy. Easy. Yeah, Waller doesn't practice. I mean, look, majority of the entire NFL sits out, Sundays. The only thing you want to be concerned about is when there's a new injury popping up, like, hey, this is bothering him. He's not practicing. We're looking at this. Like, even if it's a Wednesday, it doesn't, you're still concerned. And when you don't see him practice and they're sitting out Wednesday, you're beholden to Thursday's news. But, to worry about Waller not Waller's not, he was never going to practice today. So I don't know who fed you that. Not Sick Nasty. Sick Nasty was talking about the commenter. He's like, Waller's not practicing. He'll be fine, bro. I mean, Waller probably will get hurt. Like, you guys been sitting out football for. When's the last time this ended well in the full 17-game season? Not very often, but anything can happen, man. Waller's playing for record deals and everything. It's all on the line for Waller. Comeback tour. I mean, every game he plays is a new track, I came back in week 3. Dropping double TDs. Bucky is out too, so pretty much relying on London. I don't know what that means, Nady. Racing Boy, appreciate you dropping the super chat. Any news on Amon-Ra's wrist? I'm not hearing any concern. Nothing's worrying me yet. At the end of the day, I think Amon-Ra. I'll even scour the news wires and such right now for you, but pretty sure Amon-Ra is going to be fine. I think everyone's just, when people don't practice today and nobody does, you've really got to dig in the weeds to find anything. But held out of practice, wrist injury, no updates whatsoever. We'll just watch it tomorrow. I don't see anything. There's nothing that concerns me. Anything can happen though. Setbacks can happen too. Like, even if we aren't concerned about something, somebody could have a setback. They could go out there and it could tweak it right then. Pickens, London, or BTJ this week. London. I mean, what do we? I mean, we go London and we go probably Pickens and BTJ in that order. Herbo or Stafford? Probably Stafford. But I think Herbs could have a 3 TD game at any moment. Just know that. And the offensive line is so banged up, they're probably gonna have to throw a lot, but he's also getting hit. But I mean, why would you sit London, Ricky? Whenever I say that though, the player that is not as good of a start does outscore the player that I'm chastising somebody about. So that means sit London. Oh man, this damn game. The logic doesn't always play out. It certainly takes a certain amount of happenstance as well. Hey, Smitty, it always happens. Hey, Smitty, should I start, like last week, Rico Dowdle or Saquon Barkley? It's like, you've got to go Barkley. You drafted him, saying then Rico Dowdle 200 yards. It's just the way it's going to be. Hey, Smitty, should I start DJ Moore or London? What are you talking about, bro? London's going to have 40 yards. DJ Moore's going to have 3 touchdowns. 2 rushing, 1 receiving. Throw for 1, catch 1, and run 1 in. He's going to have the triple decker. Damn football. Damn football. Phone lines.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial into the pentandprint.com phone lines. Pent and Print, all your business needs. Do it live. All your business printing needs. Massive amounts of printing. Business office stuff. Trade show stuff. Pent and Print. Pentandprint.com. They also are the owners of the Attic.shop. And we're giving away a hoodie. We're giving away the Spider hoodie this month. More details to come on that. I'll let you know what the contest is. Haskins, Vidal, Woody. Probably Haskins as of right now, Thomas, but I mean, it's not an easy call, bro, at all. Haskins is, I don't know. Mute yourself real quick, gentlemen. I'll be right with you, but please hit mute. 417, mute yourself. I'll be right with you. Please hit mute, kind sir. Anybody not on mute will be disconnected. Haskins is the lean. I like Vidal more, but I'm not the coach. And I like Woody over both of them. All 3 of them. Woody's my call, but I don't know. I don't know what they're doing over there. And I don't buy the report that they look at him as this weird, like, injury risk passing down guy only. You heard the head coach say, I want to hand him more work. Now, he didn't, but everything that he said contradicts what everyone reported on today, which was, I think, a BS report. Some people are so eager to get clicks and views, and they try and put together a logical story. Like Marks, they went away from Marks, right? You thought they were going to go toward Marks. They went away. So somebody says, I heard from somebody that they said this. And granted, maybe the coach did say something about it today that triggered that. But I'm just telling you, he's now said 2 different things then. So I don't even care. What I know is that Marks delivered. What I know is they traded up to get Marks. What I know is that Nick Chubb is not capable of handling the full workload. What I know is that Marks is the only one there. Do I drop Marks? Thomas, what did I just get through saying? How much I love Marks. Why would I drop Marks? And all capital letters on top of that, Thomas. So to cut. So that was my pecking order of this week. To cut one, I would cut Vidal. There's no way I'm cutting Woody Marks. Absolutely none. 0 chance. Ferguson and Javonte Williams for Cook and McBride. You got to lean Haskins, though, Thomas, because that's where everyone else is pointing to, and we don't have any information, They're probably going to be a committee. It's going to be a hot hand approach. Mute yourself real quick, caller. I'll put you right on in a second. Just mute yourself, please.
Oh.
Ferguson, Javonte Williams, and Cook, McBride. Ferguson, Javonte Williams for Cook and McBride. I would rather have Cook and McBride. I'd rather have Cook over Javonte, not to disrespect Javonte. He's playing amazing. But then I'd rather have McBride over Ferguson. I don't care how it's gone so far. We're definitely not running away from that. Smitty, in another league, 4-1, I have Mahomes, Bijan, JCM, Hendy. Was offered BTJ for JCM. I'd rather have, it's pretty even. I'm fine with it either way, whichever way you want to lean. If you need a running back, you could lean JCM. If you need a wide receiver, you could lean the other way. The problem with your squad is you got Bijan, and then if you get rid of JCM for BTJ, who's your starter? And I know we want it to be RJ, and it might eventually be. Is it Hendy? It might be. You could lean on Hendy. I don't hate you leaning on Hendy. I'm doing it in a couple leagues. And then your receivers, do you need it? I would say JSN, Debo, Keon. You kind of almost need the BTJ as much, I suppose, like Hendy and BTJ. I guess I'd take the gamble because between RJ and Hendy, I do believe you'll be covered. I don't know if it'll be this week. You might have like a 4-point, 5-point, 6-point affair out of Hendy. I hope you get more, but I start Hendy and I pull BTJ in, I guess. JCM is tough. JCM's tough to pass on or to trade. Chat, vote JCM or BTJ in a vacuum. Don't worry about his lineup. Just answer that question. I'd be curious to know. All right, guys, 10-second phone calls. I'm not taking full team breakdowns or anything. Lewis, 214, you're live as quickly as you can.
Hey, I'm 4-1 in a half PPR, 12-team league. I've been offered Devontae Adams. I have Devontae Adams to trade him for Amari and Hampton. Do I do the deal?
In a vacuum, absolutely not, because Hampton's out 4 games, maybe more. So,
okay.
I mean,
I'm deep in receivers, so just putting it out there.
Well, like, are you benching Adams anyway?
No, I'm playing him for namesake, but I got Puka, I got Pickens, I got Adams, I got DJ Moore, and I got Rashid Shaheed.
Who are your running backs real quickly? Only because I'm asking.
I got Josh Jacobs and Kenneth Walker III and RJ Harvey and Woody Marks.
I'm going to say give me the Adams points, bro. Adams is going to score a lot of points.
Okay.
Time he's playing I think he's going to be a low-end wide receiver 1 the rest of the year. But he could get hurt at any moment, so trust your gut. Hampton, though, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to look. They're not even blocking well. They probably will get Alt back, though. Alt's looking like he could play this week, but definitely probably the next game. All right, got to go. Appreciate you, bro. Chat, vote in the
Thanks
chat.
for the advice.
Yeah, look at the chat vote. They'll vote on it. All right, later. Chat, vote on that. Hampton, Adams, kind of knowing his situation. All right. Adam, you got 10 seconds to propose your case. Go.
Yo, Smitty, this is Ricky. I'm trying to get Gibbs on this league that I'm like super stacked on, this 10-man league, and I don't know if I should give up Jacobs and Drake London for Gibbs. What do you think?
In a nutshell, no. But like, are you literally? I don't need to know your whole team, but just answer this question: are you struggling to start one of Jacobs or Jacobs for London? Is that how stacked it is? Your team?
Well,
if you're saturated with talent, then take Gibbs.
Right now, London is on the bench and Jacobs is starting.
London's on the bench?
Yes.
Who are your 3 receivers?
Well, it's true running back, true receiver, 1 flex.
Well, who is your flex and receivers?
My receiver is Buka. My flex is Genty. And my other receiver is Pickens right now, but I was debating between Pickens and London. I also got BTJ on the bench.
Yeah, London's your starter. I mean, I'm not saying anything can happen, but
back.
Yeah, I don't think you had that right. So trade Pickens and Jacobs. Let me tell you this, bro. If you believe that won't go through, then you must have really had it wrong in your lineup then. If you don't think that would go through, if you don't think he'll take Pickens over London, then why in the hell did you have London on your bench is what I'm going to go back to.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah.
This is a lot to give up, bro. I'm probably going to lean toward no. However,
okay.
I would try and still work this deal some other way. I really like
the problem that I'm having, Smitty, honestly, is just like because I can't figure it out, like just start and sit every week, because especially now that Rice is going to come back in, so it's just going to make it even harder. So obviously I'm going to lock in Buka and Rice. So my flex is in between London and Jacobs every week.
Enlighten me, Sol. Why am I on some bull? Enlighten me.
Locked in and H-in, so like I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like I have to do my hands.
I don't mind. Get something else at least. There's got to be something you can get back. All right, got to roll.
Like bro. A Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey would definitely be something that I think could maybe turn the tide on that. Yeah, enlighten me, Soul. Enlighten me. Tell me what's wrong, Soul. Okay, 347, you're live.
What's up, Smitty? It's Mano out of Brooklyn, New York.
What's up, man?
My roster's not horrible, but I'm looking to upgrade with a trade. Trying to figure out how to ask you the question because I don't want to read the whole roster like you said.
Okay.
Lost Malik, JSN, Sutton. I have Nico Collins. Running backs are Walker and Genty, and I picked up White and Carter.
What's the question?
Essentially trying to make a trade to upgrade maybe the running
I'm
back.
not really doing full team breakdowns on the board, bro. Like I said, I just hit me with a distinct question. I'll put you back on hold, and then I'll try and help you. But doing two team breakdowns, it just slows everything down. The super chats add up, and then I'm just caught behind. So cook up mute yourself real quickly. I'll be back. Think of a question, and I'll come back. 703. Yep. Oh, rock out. You're live.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a trade, and I got a couple pieces I can throw out. Charbonnet, Harvey, Woody, Marks, Mason, and Olave need a better running back since Bucky's out right now.
So what's the question? You want to trade who?
Either Charbonnet, Harvey, Olave, Mason.
I don't know. Maybe it's giving you anything for that, bro. I mean, maybe Mason. Mason and Sharbs, to that Walker owner. I think I ask you about this every week, though. That's the only thing. I mean, no one's taken Olave, I don't think. I mean, you could try Mason and Olave for, like, maybe a slight upgrade, but I don't even know if you can find anybody that fits that bill. I mean, that's like when people put, no offense, rock out, but when people put those players on the block in your league, and you're like, who the hell wants that guy? Like, oh, yeah. I'm putting DJ Moore on the trade block. You're like, get out of here, bro. No one cares.
Before they drop a player.
No one cares. No one's trading. No one's coming for you on this one. And Saul, that's what I thought, Saul. Saul says, JK, you're the man. Just wanted fame, bro. That's what I thought, bro. All right. Rock out. I don't know. Mason and... I mean, the best thing you could do is say, like, Hendy, and you just take a gamble. You already have Hendy. Other running backs that maybe fit the bill would be, let's see if there's any RBs that I could see, like, so the Walker owner, have you explored the Walker situation?
Yeah, he's not trying to give him up.
No, I'm not. I'm saying send him Charbonnet, who just scored another touchdown. Like, every week I bring this up to people. I don't mean to, like, regurgitate it, but this is the way into a trade is Charbonnet just took another touchdown. It's got to be worrying the Walker owner. I don't see how you can't swing in and get, somebody that's just slightly below or above Mason by throwing Charbonnet in as gravy for the Walker.
Yeah. I can try again.
I mean, that's the only thing you can do. I don't think. I mean, unless you're going after like Scattaboo, which you could try, but I mean, Mason and Olave for. I mean, Jacobs. You're going to get shot down on that, but that's the kind of player you're trying to break someone over the coals for. Like, hey, I'll take your Breece Hall. I'll take your ETN because ETN didn't explode and people are fickle. I'll take your Bucky, who's injured. Maybe this gets you Hampton and you wait on Hampton. Some might not even do that, but you could look at that. Krosky Merritt, you want to take a gamble on Bill? You might already have Bill.
You have Derrick Henry. I'd have to put something else in. But...
Henry Barker. What if you did?
No.
What about Sharbs, Mason, and Olave for Henry? I don't think you're going to get it, but you don't know. You don't know. People are weird.
Yep.
People are weird. Like,
luckily I got like 3 top 5 receivers, so that's making me 4-1.
Yeah.
Or just try to get Rashad White back up.
Yeah,
Like that. Maybe.
I could try that.
All right, rock out. Appreciate you, bro. Call back if you got another one.
And one more. Would you start Love or Stafford? Might be too early.
Too early, but Stafford in a nutshell for now.
Okay.
You got lots of touchdown opportunities, man. I mean, he just feels pretty good. Tough to say though. And
yeah.
Real quickly, let me just check something. Pull up. Let me see where I have them ranked between the two. So I would say that I think I've got Stafford in my projection here around 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, Love's a little inconsistent. You never know with him.
Love's right there. They're both like at that 10, 11, 12 range. I don't know. I guess you could say like Baltimore's been really bad though. They've been banged up. I mean, you keep seeing people like act like Baltimore's a good matchup or a bad matchup. It's not a bad matchup right now.
No, not even right now. No.
But the Bengals are almost a little bit better of a matchup. But maybe this changes with Flacco. Maybe the vibe of the game, and it's one of those games where you expect it to go a certain way and it doesn't go that way. Hard to say. All right, yeah. Rock out. Yeah, ask later in the week on that one.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, later, bro.
Cool.
Last caller, and then over to Travis 347. Oh yeah, did you cook up something, bro?
Yeah, I got something. I'm 3-2, lost Malik. My receivers are good. I'm looking to see if I can upgrade my running back. So I have Walker. I'm looking to trade Walker, combination of Walker, Evans, and Sutton. What do you suggest for like 2 or maybe a 3 for something there?
So I keep going back to the Barkley and Henry and JJ and probably, let's see here. Let me see other running backs. James Cook, because he had a bad game again. People are fickle.
Yeah.
Henry, Barkley. JJ.
You think someone bites for like Walker and Sutton for Cook?
Walker, Sutton for Cook. Yeah, I think people are very reactive. It depends what their record is. If they're 4-1 or 5-0, no, they're gonna be like, bro, Cook's the reason I'm here, you know. But if there's somebody that's been struggling, they're like, I don't know what to do. They're looking for anything. Rice, Lamb. I mean, Lamb's the guy of the day, the man of the hour. Maybe Walker and Sutton get you Lamb, and they're not really cognizant of what's going on there, and they don't know that he'll be back in, you know, maybe 1 week. I mean, he literally again could play this week, but it's probably not going to happen. But it's in the cards, and that means that I think he's coming back next week. So Lamb or Rice would be ideal.
I'm pretty loaded with receivers, though. I mean, I'm always down to get Lamb, but if I trade away like a Walker, I'm kind of like lacking with receivers.
Yeah, but then you just got to flip some of the receivers for a running back, and maybe changing the deck might help you get a different set of cards or something. So I would
JJ on a bye week if you don't have him.
I would consider it. I would consider taking the value where you can get it.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that.
What, Travis?
Oh, no, I was just saying, you know, doesn't need wide receivers, I guess, but I was going to say JJ and Nico are both on bye. So if you're looking to get a receiver, go and look at those teams. See what
I have Nico, I have JSN, I have Sutton, and I have Evans.
You could take Nico in a piece and upgrade him to JJ. I don't know if the owner will do it, but
I would
Nico Walker.
I don't know. I mean, it's arguable, but it's also like Nico's pretty damn good, bro. He's pretty close to JJ. Some might even want Nico over JJ because of the quarterback situation. So I'm okay with that. I'd almost say like if you could trade 2 of these for Henry or Barkley, and then the other one to upgrade, sure. So,
Yeah, I'll go Walker Sutton in a heartbeat for Henry. Why not?
Yeah, do it. Try it. All right, later, bro. Call back if you got another one.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. All right, Travis, what do you got? What do you hear? What do you say?
So just quickly, are you starting London or ETN this week?
You know, I initially want to be like London, but
that's what I have right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be concerning just out of the chute that we didn't have a good game for ETN. So like right away, it's okay. London's on fire. The Falcons looked great. They're on a bye. They've worked whatever kinks out that they probably still had from the previous weeks. You got to think maybe they're rusty coming out of the bye. Who knows? But I really do think that London's pretty good moving forward. But I mean, ETN's so capable, man. He's looked so good this year. He's had one bad game, and everybody's like writing him off. I'm getting some weird ETN questions, like, do I start ETN or Carter? Like Carter over ETN? Come on. Probably lean London by a hair, just by a hair. But man, that could go either way.
All right, and if you have a minute, I just wanted to. In this team, it's a one flex league. So I need to
let me hit
them.
these supers.
Have a minute.
Let me hit these supers, and then we'll do that. 1 second. 1 and 4 trade Lamar Flowers for Waddle. No, absolutely not. I'd rather start Flowers over Waddle than lose the Lamar edge. No way. No way, bro. I mean, Waddle's not that much of a lock over Flowers either, you know. I also have Bucky in that team, Megas says. Megas, that doesn't help me at this point. I don't know where your question was or how far back that was, but that's fantastic news, Megas. I'm sure it improves it greatly. That's for sure. Everything's got to be in this self-contained super chat, ladies and gentlemen. Please put it all. Definitely, if you have to add something, just re-ask the question again. Not that mattered for you, Megas. You were just letting us know, but rank rest of season 1 and 5. Rome, Sutton, ETN, Ladd, Brees, Hall, half PPR. Rank rest of season. Rome with the bye week out of the way. ETN, Brees, Hall, Ladd and Sutton are tied. But you could lean Sutton safer, but I really like Ladd. But Rome, because that bye week's important. BTJ and Carter for London in a super flex. I would take London for sure. And then Ricky, another one. 14 man, 5-0. Nice job. Lamar, Darnold, Barkley, Bucky, Hendy, Woody, Carter, Debo, Pickens, Keenan, Hunter, Kelsey, Fannin. Start Hendy or Carter. Carter's safer right now. But, I mean, there will be a day, I can almost guarantee you. Almost guarantee. I can't guarantee anything with Vrabel. He's absolute imbecile. That there will be a day where people have Hendy on the bench and he goes crazy and you're literally through the roof upset because not only have you been starting him the wrong weeks and weathering through the storm, but like the 1 week where he blows up, you don't even get it. And then that week coming up, you're questioning it. Do I trust him now? You're looking for reasons not to, just to justify the fact that you missed out on Hendy's explosion. Is Carter even safe? I don't know. I'd probably say Carter is safer. There's no doubt in my mind Carter is safer. But like how far apart are they? You know, like in a projection or a ranking. I mean, Indy's not the easiest matchup anyway, by the way. So you got Carter in a sharing role. You have Gannon, who's probably trying to prove that he's not an a-hole. And maybe he plays DeMarcado a little more than we think because he's got to make up for that. Who the hell knows how that's going to go? And then Henderson probably not ranking much further away anyway. And it's the Saints. I'm probably going to go Hendy, but I'm crazy. I'm a madman. And then league winning moves, I would probably say right now, you know, hopefully Bucky's not out more than the one game here. There's a chance he misses more, but I don't know. We don't really have much information on that other than, you know, they keep talking about him like day to day, which is good. versus when someone's like, he's out week to week, and it's like, damn, what's that mean? But when they keep referencing things like he didn't practice today, they're monitoring to see if like at any moment he bounces right back into position to maybe play. But will sit this week. I don't think there's much, no offense, to move on this team unless you're getting rid of. I mean, Lamar's injured. You can't sell him high. Barkley's not playing well. Bucky's injured. Hendy's not playing well. Woody failed everyone last week, so they hate him. Carter, Debo. Debo's a little bit of a sell high, but I bet you people still don't even value Debo where they should. You don't really have a choice but to let it ride out and let those values build before you start trying to dish them out. It's like trying to get you plant a tree for the first time. You're like, the fruit hasn't grown yet. You can't really do anything yet. You can't make anything with it until that fruit, actually comes out, bro. So you got to wait. Traded ETN into Doomsday for Gibbs. Robbery, Dylan, from what side? Because you could literally argue both sides of this. So no one got robbed, but I don't know. I mean, ETN at Doomsday is a lot. That's a lot to give up for Gibbs. But I love Gibbs. So if you're saturated with talent and this is like a surplus situation, you're like Overstock.com over here with your players, then yeah, I'd definitely trade in 2 for 1 to upgrade. But if this put you in a bind in your flex spot or something, I mean, I don't think you robbed him. I think it's like an even swap of value where he may have made out better than you did, at the end of the day, even though you got the best player in the deal. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd probably say that the safer side is the duo, unless you're saturated with talent. And Mahomes, Dak, Barkley, Genti, Kyron. The Puka owner wants Pickens and a package of players. For Puka? I mean, you got to give them for Pickens and Barkley or Pickens and Kyron. I probably wouldn't give up Rice. I would try my best not to give up Rice. Just wouldn't do it. I mean, would I do it straight up 1 for 1? Yes, but I don't think he wants that. He wants more. So I'd probably look toward Pickens and Kyron for Puka. Pickens and Kyron or Pickens and Barkley. If I had to cook up something. And I don't like that. I wish you could like rip them off, but I don't think there's going to be a trade that you can pull off unless you're including one of those guys. I mean, he's been going crazy, man. All right, go ahead, Travis. What's your situation?
I can just give you my running back to my wide receivers, and maybe you can give me a little advice on what to flip them for. So my wide receivers are JSN, Buka, London.
Buka or Puka? Buka?
Puka, yeah.
Okay. London.
And Rashee Rice.
And you can start 3 or 4.
It's 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, 1 flex.
2 wide receivers, so 3, max 3 you can start?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my running backs are Henry, Judkins, ETN, Andy. Then I have 2 Marks and Dowdle on my bench too.
All right. My honest opinion, bro, is with the bye weeks coming up, if you don't do anything, just in general, I think you're probably one of those teams that wins it all. Like, I think because you're going to, this is so well-rounded.
So to just context, maybe you'd want me to upgrade one of these. I mean, I have Drake May at quarterback, and I have Bannon and Mason Taylor as my tight ends.
No, I don't. I'm fine with it. Yeah, I just think, like, looking at this team, this is the kind of team that at the end of the year wins it. So I don't know.
Maybe so sell it unless I get something crazy, and then probably just try to get like a good backup quarterback.
I'd probably wait for Hendy or Marks or Tootin to explode before I start looking to do anything. And then when that happens, you might you might have scored more points than if you did this consolidation move because you're weathering through buys. And then once these guys explode, you strike on one last piece to put the nail in the coffin. I don't know. Other than that, it's like, could you move, if we're to try and force it, could you move, let's say, JSN and ETN for, like, Gibbs? I would probably do that, I suppose. Yeah. But
I'm gonna have to drop someone for a defense or make a trade. I'm looking at it.
Okay. Well, it's either get like Gibbs or Bijan, or I'm not like really interested in trying to upgrade anything, to be honest.
Right.
Just because these receivers are just all four so good that it doesn't make it easy to trade one of them.
Right.
And you're still waiting on Rice. And then what are Buka and JSN's bye weeks? Let's see here.
Buka is week 9. JSN is week 8.
Okay, so week 8, week 9. London's
Rice is 10.
Rice 10. So it lines up perfectly.
Yeah.
So week 7, you got to make a decision. But that's 1 week. Then the rest of it's boom, boom, boom. You don't miss a beat. You're just stacking the W's. But when it comes time to get down to the trade deadline, so after week 10, 11, then you're hopefully got Hendy or Marks or Tootin to trade. That's my advice, man. This team's too good to mess with.
Okay.
You're perfectly rotating around. And then Henry, what are the bye weeks for Henry, Judkins, ETN?
Henry is 7. Judkins is 9. ETN is 8.
See, I mean, this is perfect, man.
So I can actually just, once these bye weeks start hitting, I can just flip them in and out.
Because it's not like you're sitting one of these wide receivers every week. You're not. You're only 1 week, week 7. That's it. You know,
right?
Like you're just 1 week. You're taking that. Wish you could. Wouldn't it be kind of a cool format if you could like lend a player out, kind of like when, I don't know if anybody's ever heard about the new Tesla program where you sign up. If you have a Tesla, you can sign up and your car will leave at night and go Uber around and like Waymo and pick up people and drive them all over. And then you set a timer, like I need my car back by 7 a.m. And so it'll make sure that the last route will be home in time with traffic and everything. And your car is waiting for you and it's made you like $90 or whatever. It's while you're sleeping. I wish you could kind of do that with a wide receiver. You could put out, let's say you put out Buka for 1 week and you put him on this block and then people could make bids, and even in Dynasty, especially like first round or whatever, you're like, yes, I'll take your first rounder, and you could have Buka for the week. And then he returns back home as soon as the arranged deadline happens. That'd be a sweet fantasy league. Yeah. That'd be awesome. People that want to win championships, they might be like, damn, I need this W. All right. Anything else?
Yeah. So in terms of the tight ends, is there anything you would do? Like, because like I said, I need to pick up a defense. Would you move like Dowdle and Mason to get, if I could get into a better tight end, than Warren or something?
Sure.
Might have to give up more, but would you throw in a Woody Marks on top of it?
Yeah. Dowdle and Mason, Dowdle and Woody Marks. Whatever. Yeah, that's easy. You know, especially if you could get into Tyler Warren, who his owners either know who he is or they don't. I mean, it's kind of wild. I see Warren.
Then Drake May, you're happy with May for now?
Yeah, I mean, what's he at now? What's his rank? He's quarterback what?
I think he's quarterback 5 or something.
Yeah.
So
I'm fine with that.
All right. Appreciate it. That the bye week thing, I hadn't even really thought about that. So.
Yeah, it's hard to map it out unless you do it on like something like this, so it works. But yeah, I mean, your natural thinking is like, I'm gonna just have to decide each week. And no, man, you're literally week 11 is the first week you don't, aside from 7, is the first week you can't. You know, you have to sit somebody. That's a great situation. This is like, that's what I said when I first saw this team and I wrote it out. My first instinct was this is winning the championship if you don't touch it. You're just going to annihilate people. But when push comes to shove and you're in the playoffs, though, because really everything resets in the playoffs and you just got to win every game, then you're looking to maybe do this one final beef up move. But, this is football, man. You might get one of these guys get knocked out for the season.
Right.
There's nothing better than not losing the player. But the second most and best feeling is when you lose like an ETN or a JSN and you're like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I had to put him on the bench. One of these guys anyway. I in Miss Smitty's work league from last year, that would happen. Although I had too many of it happen. But I remember one time I lost in the very beginning of the year. I lost, forget who it was, and I was like, not that big. But then I lost like 4 more guys, and then it ended up killing me. But yeah, this is and in that league right now, in Miss Smitty's league, I have Ceedee Lamb and Rice. I drafted Rice. Obviously, I knew what I was getting into. But then when I lost Lamb, so I'm just waiting for Lamb and Rice to come, get back into the lineup. I'm hoping it all happens week 7. Then I'm
saying it might be the same week. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Gonna crush it. Yeah, I think Rice and Lamb play together next week. That'd be great. All right, later, Travis. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Smitty. Bye.
Underdog, let's do a draft real quick. Play 5, get 5. I'm dropping the link in the live chat. Here's the link right here. Hit this link. Promo code Smitty gets it done. Again, if you have any problems or issues with this kind of stuff, you just hit that number down at the bottom if anybody is having trouble with any sort of betting or sports gambling or anything like that. That number is always down there on that screen for you if anybody needs help with that. Play 5, get 100. Using code Smitty, they'll make that 5 turn into 100 in bonus funds. So that link has been dropped in the live chat. We'll be jumping into a draft here in a second. Let me pin that link in the live chat right there. So if you guys want to be a part of a draft right now, make sure you hit that link or code Smitty. The link inserts code Smitty for you. And then what you do is you just pull up the Underdog app. Don't click it yet. We'll do it together. Let's get everybody a second to sign up on Underdog. But you're going to want to click on the Originals tab at the bottom left. And then Battle Royale Week 6 should be the first option at $7. Just click it and wait. Don't hit the green button yet. We'll jump into a 30-second draft together. Again, it's called Battle Royale Week 6. You'll pull up the app. It's right there. Vega, appreciate your super chat here, my boy. 12-team PPR. Bo, Nix, Hall, JT, Adams, St. Brown, JSN. Love the team. Bench, Dowdle, Pearsall, Shaheed, IR. Mix and upgrades. Probably say if you could get rid of Dowdle now on the high, I would try and do that because you don't really need him. So see if you can upgrade before his value goes away. Problem is, you could upgrade QB. So Bo to Mahomes or higher using Dowdle. Or upgrade Hall. Dowdle and Hall for 1 running back. Dowdle, Hall, and Pearsall for 1 running back. Dowdle and Pitts for McBride or Bowers. Those are the only ideas that come to mind because I don't think you need to do much. It's a pretty good team, bro. All right. 5 seconds for hitting the green button. Underdog promo code Smitty. Link is in the live chat pinned. Code Smitty also gets it done. Hit the button. Do it live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Smash it. Hit the button. Get into the draft. Let me pull it up. Active draft. There we go. 5 spots. 1 more spot to fill it. So anybody can get into these right now. It doesn't take too much precision to try and hit the button at the right time. Looks like we need 1 more to start. Man, we've been sitting on 1 more to start for like 40 seconds. That's never happened before. All right, I got the 6 slot. Well, maybe do another one. So just make sure you're signed up and ready. And how do you sign up? Again, that link is pinned in the live chat. Code Smitty gets it done. If you're watching a replay, the link is in the description of the video, as are all my links, like my 24/7 Patreon. That link is in the description as well. So make sure you join the 24/7 live chat group. But play 5, get 100. That link is in the description of the video. Smash it, do it live. Let's jump into this draft. Okay, $20 super chat by G-Money.
Alert. Super chat alert.
G-Money, appreciate your super chat, young man. Let me put you right here. And if anybody's wondering where some players are when they're drafting in these, they're morning and afternoon slate of games only. Okay, Smitty 4-1. QB JD5, running backs Bijan, Kyron. Wide receivers Ibuka, Coleman, Debo, Kraft, Fannin. Should I offer Kraft and JD5 for Jacobs or Garrett Wilson? I like the idea. Garrett Wilson, I think so. Jacobs, he's gonna have a good game. Jacobs should have a good game, so I'm okay with that. I would, however, rather go after a different running back, I suppose, like Judkins, or if they're not attainable, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Wide receivers, the only other wide receiver I'd rather have would be like Rice or Lamb. Rice might be attainable for this. I mean, I don't know if you tried that. You might have. And then running back wise, I'd probably say, I mean, you could try Bucky. Bucky, Achane, Judkins, James Cook. Those would be the other names. But yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. I like JD5 a lot, but May's playing great. I think you should take advantage of that. I agree. On the clock here, 23 seconds left. Let's go Achane. Let's go the Bookmeister. Doing it live. Ben, appreciate you. Drop A.O. Manor for Keon Coleman or Franklin for the flex. I'd probably say give me Keon Coleman. He's risky. He's not consistent, but he did get targeted when it mattered in the game on Sunday. And I feel like Josh Allen, when he was in desperation mode, he threw it up to Keon. I mean, consistency is a problem, but all those players have consistency problems. Franklin's kind of interesting, though. So if you have a gut feeling on Franklin, I'd say go with it, because I'm really like leaning, barely one way. Traded ETN and Dunze for Gibbs. Yeah, I that's similar to the other trade. I mean, both of you did well. I've been... What's AFK? What does AFK mean? Tell someone that has kids tell me. I don't know. I have kids, but I don't see them. I'm gonna walk out of here, and they're all grown up. Last time they told me what AFK means, I probably was half asleep out there eating a late dinner with them. Because during football season, I don't see them. I walk out and they're 2 feet tall, two feet taller. I walk out and they act like I came home from war. Daddy, oh my God. Away from the keyboard. Oh, away from keyboard. That's right. I do remember that one. That one's old though, bro. That's like ICQ, like Yahoo Messenger days. AFK. I haven't heard AFK since then. I think that's outdated. I don't think anyone's using AFK. I don't think any of the younger kids know what that means. Let's see here. Tyler Warren, and then we'll go with Derrick Henry. So anyway, back. I'm sorry, Dylan. I'm wasting your time here talking about. Maybe the kids do use that a lot. I guess maybe they do. I don't know. AFK, is that what gamers say a lot now still? Okay, my bad. I guess Dylan, I'm sorry. I guess I'm getting old, Dylan. I used to think I was the coolest kid in the room. Apparently I'm not. Apparently I'm not. Ian. Apparently I'm not. I think, like the other question, I think this is one of those things, Dylan, where you're a gamer. Okay. You're fine. I didn't know. I think, Dylan, this is one where the other guy made out probably a little bit better than you did because he needed 2 players, and I'm guessing you've got a surplus. And if you've got a surplus, I'm okay with this move, like the other guy said. But I don't think Dylan probably doesn't know what IC. Dylan, I almost would bet you don't know what ICQ is. He's probably IC. What's that abbreviation for? ICQ. You don't know what ICQ is? I think I'd rather have Gibbs if I had a surplus. That's the only way I can answer this question. Nobody knows who's gonna get more points out of this because we don't really know your whole lineup and situation. But I mean, Dunze and ETN's a lot. But if, let's say, ETN drops off a little bit or starts losing half the touches, or then you're gonna wish you had Gibbs. You are certainly getting the best player in the deal, but you're also diluting risk with the other 2 because if one goes down, you still have a shot. All right, on the clock. Look at this team. Achane, Buka, Warren, Henry. Let's go. Man, I want to draft Lamb here so bad. Just so it looks good. Lamb and Lamar back-to-back. It would look so good on paper. It would look so good on paper. Achane, Buka, Tyler Warren, Derrick Henry, BT, Drake May. Look, yeah, I'll see you on ICQ. Man, ICQ is the best. When ICQ came out, that was like, I mean, when you dial up, right? As soon as you dialed up, and as soon as it loaded, you're like, it was like ICQ, man. You were in your own world. Like nothing could stop you. It was so entertaining. I'm gonna message someone. This is unbelievable. Cap says, did you ever get the right furniture? We did. Look, I'm glad we did it because the ottoman that we got was really nice, and I don't know that they would have sold so the couch we got, and it's a really like big couch. So it's like really, it's a normal L shape, but it's one of those L-shaped like ones like that. And the ottoman's a perfect fit. It's designed for it, but they don't sell it like one-off. You got to buy it in the package. And so then they had this other chair that Miss Smitty liked that was probably to scale was like this big. And it was one of those ones like that. And it wasn't like a big, like poofy, like it was one that had like wood framing, but it was soft. And you literally could fit 2 people on it like this. It was so big. So it was huge. And to scale, it was like this size, right? So it's bigger than the ottoman. The ottoman was smaller. I'd even say it was almost like, if we're using exact scale, it'd be like this. So it was certainly like you could take the circumference of it, move it, and it was like bigger than the ottoman and the couch. So it didn't fit anywhere. When it first came in, and I told them right away, when I walked outside, you guys were on the live stream and I made everybody wait. And then I walked out and I'm like, so they didn't deliver this. They delivered this. And this was like, double or triple the price of the ottoman. She wanted it badly, but she wasn't here. It was all me. I had to make the decision. And I'm like, I just got to tell him. I'm like, the furniture seems wrong. And he's like, okay. So they're like, well, bring it. So then we moved this around that night just to ease my mind that it didn't fit anywhere. So we wouldn't have been able to even work with it. But we wouldn't have been able to get the ottoman because they only sold it. So we have to go get some other ottoman. But right now it's like we have this much space now. So it's like a totally different thing. But yeah, they delivered the ottoman, switched it out. It was a big mess, but it worked out good. I mean, I don't know. I wanted that chair pretty badly though, but yeah, you got to tell them. All right, one QB. Did I do this one already? Any other moves? Craft? Should I offer Craft and JD5? Yeah. So thanks again, my boy, for dropping the 20.
Alert. Super chat alert.
All right, let's jump into one more draft. Go into the Underdog app, promo code Smitty. Play 5, get 100. Here's the link one more time. I'll give you guys about like 3 minutes to sign up in case you have not yet signed up. There's the link. It's pinned in the live chat. Code Smitty gets it done. If you're watching the replay, the link's in the description, or use code Smitty when you sign up. Only to new signups, obviously. But I won't click the button until just go to it on the Originals tab inside the app. Click on Battle Royale and then wait. Don't click the green button yet. Thanks again, G Money, for the super chat. Appreciate you. I traded Scat for Diggs. I'm fine with that either way. Whatever you need. Wide receiver, running back, they're pretty even. Should I trade Baker and Brees for Josh Allen and Scat? Yes. And even the fact that you're 0-5 with what you have, you need to do something different. And Josh Allen can single-handedly win you games. This is what you need most, bro. I'm fine with that. Dylan, my wide receivers are Buka, Lamb, and Zay. Running backs now are Gibbs and Bucky. See, now, though, you're without Bucky. I don't know. I would say, Dylan, I don't know that I love the trade overall, which was the ETN Adunze for Gibbs. So you would have Buka, Lamb, Adunze, Bucky, ETN. Well, but yeah, you still have the same running back dilemma because it's one running back exchanging. So disregard my last comment about that. What's your record, Dylan? If your record is like 5 wins or 4 wins, then you know what? I'm going to say Smitty approve at the end of the day. I'm fine with it, bro. I think that's a good move. Gibbs a ball for you. You'll be fine. All right, guys, get into the draft in 5, 4. Click on the Battle Royale week number 6. Boom. Hit it. You're 3-2. I mean, being without Lamb for one more week, no Bucky for 1 to 2, probably going to be 3-3. No offense, we're just say it, just to be safe. And then you get Lamb back, maybe Bucky, but Bucky back the next week. You'll be all right. 30 TN or Rashad White. I mean, I'm starting Rashad White. I'm starting. I'm sorry, ETN. Did I say Rashad White? Good Lord. Hopefully he didn't go. All right. See you later. I'm out of here. I mean, ETN. I'm not sitting ETN is what I meant. Why sit? Anything can happen, but why sit ETN? He's been balling all year. Did I trade Buka and Addison for St. Brown? I'd rather keep Buka over St. Brown, bro. Arguable, but start 3: Judkins, Hall, JCM, ETN, Brandon, Judkins and Hall and ETN. It's really tough sitting JCM, but I mean, you probably need to make a trade if you're going to be struggling with this all year. But like I told Travis, just a minute ago, that rotational, a rotational advantage is nice during the bye weeks. Oh, hold on. I got to get into this draft before I'm on the clock here. Hold on. Hang tight. Drafts up next. I'm at the 1.5. Boom. Boom. Thank you, Caps. Appreciate you. Shane with a $20 holler. Shane, you monster, you monster, Shane.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Do we go JSN or let's go HN? Shane says, hey, Smitty, I'm 0-5, 12-team, full PPR, Baker, Brees, Michael Carter, Buka, Waddle, Kraft, Bucky. What should I do to save me from last place? I think I can make the playoffs, though. You still can, bro. We see people win it all the time at 0-6. It's not even, like, uncommon. It happens all the time. We'll go Genty here. I think you're probably not in the best position, though, to trade anyone low. So you like, it sucks. It is what it is, bro. You're 0-5 with Buka going crazy. He's wide receiver 3 and you're 0-5. You're the only person on the planet I'm going to tell you to trade Buka. But you can't win with him. What good is he? You know, so trade him for 2 players. You have to cash in. You, not anybody else. Everybody else put their earmuffs on. None of you are trading Buka on my watch except for Shane. Because Shane's 0-5 with him. So you're going to have to go get a Garrett Wilson and a Brees Hall. I know you've got Hall, but like that type of move. So I guess start looking at the wide receivers like Garrett Wilson, JSN, Ladd McConkey, and then Ladd McConkey, if you pick him, you get a bigger running back than you would if you took like Garrett Wilson. So you just got to look at Ladd as your anchor, Garrett Wilson as an anchor, Devontae Adams, and Devontae Adams will also earn you a bit better running back. You got to go get 2 players, bro. But just make sure you're getting 2 monsters. You know, Adam, like let's say if it's Ladd, then you have to get a supreme running back. You know, like a HN, Ladd, and something like Hendy for Buka. Like that's what you need to get. You need to get something massive, bro. Like something crazy. Go Devontae here. B Hall for Chase Brown and Carter. I'd rather Brees Hall. Trust your gut, though. I mean, like I wavered on it. You could tell it was something I had to think about. But I'm not really, like, I love Chase Brown. I don't know that I'm like racing to go add more shares. I'm very hopeful with the shares that I have, but I think I'm not going and trying to create, you know, more of a surplus of Chase Brown shares because we're just hoping this all works out. So I'd be a little careful. And not to say Brees Hall is the safest player in the world. You know, that's certainly not the case, but oh, 11 seconds left. McBride resurgence, maybe? Ricky, thank you for the super chat, my boy. Start London or Pickens. I understand Pickens could have a big day at any moment, but there's no way I'm sitting London. Herbert or Stafford, I'd probably lean Stafford by a hair. I do still like Herbert, but Herbert's been making some questionable decisions. I know he's getting crushed. You know, I guess if Joe Alt plays, we can expect Herbert to play a lot better because he's running for his life. So Joe Alt would make it a tie. Until Joe Alt's named, you know, or labeled a go, it's probably going to be Stafford for me. Eric says London over Javonte. I mean, that's pretty even. Chat, vote London or Javonte. Man, I want to take Lamb so bad right here. I just want to take Lamb and Lamar and just say, and to screenshot it, show my grandkids, be like, I got him so late. Damn, Papa. You did good, Papa. We'll go Stafford and Adams together here. Would you trade my Sutton for his BTJ? I would take the gamble on BTJ if I needed a swing. Kind of like the example of your 0-5 with what you got. You might as well do something different. But if you're 5-0, 4 wins, probably keep leaning on the Sutton Meister. But they're close. They're very close. I think BTJ is more risky, but with more upside. That's just the way it is. Let's go Lab McConkey, something a little special and different here. So we got McConkey, we got Adams, we got Stafford, Genty, Acham, McBride. All right. I think I'm out of here for the night, everybody. Call it an early night. Might try and get a video up tomorrow. I've been doing pretty good getting them up every morning without fail. I don't know about tomorrow. Tomorrow I might. I think I still might. But I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure if you want to draft like this, and we'll do some hires and lowers tomorrow, make sure you hit that. But hold on, I think we have one more phone call coming in here. One more phone call coming in here.
Call the associates.
Hello? Yeah. Egbuka. You need 2 or 3. Let me write this down. Hold on. 3 TDs, 3 touchdowns, and 100 plus. Okay. We'll let him know. He's on the case. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for calling the Associates branch off division. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Live whenever big news breaks. And live almost every single night at midnight Eastern. See you all later. Beezy said Sun God or Lamb for Judkins and Pickens. Sun God or Lamb. Judkins, Pickens. I guess I'd rather have Sun God and Lamb. If you need a running back that bad, I definitely wouldn't trade Lamb, but I'd trade Sun God for Judkins and Pickens. I'd try and get a different receiver, but I don't mind that Beezy. It's pretty close. See you all tomorrow. Appreciate you. Don't forget to get on over to the Patreon. I know I wasn't there much today and yesterday, but tonight I'll be on there like I was at the end last night. I'll be on there now. Head on over to the Patreon. If anybody wants to be a part of the 365 24/7 live chat group, there is the link. I'll pin the link on the way out the door. Hit this link. Do it live. Be a part of the chat family. The 365 24/7 live chat group. There's the link. See you on over at the Patreon. Deuce. Guess who's back? He's back from a bye week.
Hi, my name is B. John Robinson. I like long walks on the beach. And, well, I also like scoring touchdowns.